absolutely insane.
My mortgage has gone up another $200.
I can pack up the house and give it back to you. You can have it.
We went through the same exact thing last year with our mortgage going up. And I believe that that is one of the things that really propelled us into actually acting on moving toward and doing what we had to do so that we can move off grid.
You know what's crazy? I'm paying $2,300 to live in my house that I own with my husband a month. And we just got a letter saying that we, starting November 1st, are going to owe $330 more a month because of property taxes. So for our almost 1,800 square foot house, we're going to be owing $2,600 a month. It's absolutely insane.
Turns out my mortgage is going up $200 a month. So it's going from $2,500 to $2,700 a month. Unless I pay the escrow shortage. I just got an email saying I had an escrow shortage of $1,200. So you'd think, oh, well, wouldn't your thing only be going up $100 then? Because $1,200 over the course of a year. But no, it's going up $200. And I'm like, is this just to like safeguard, like just in case then like the next year it's up more? Because $200 more a month over 12 months is $2,400, or is to like back pay and then make the correct payment. I don't know. I feel like, why is this escrow thing like a guessing game? Shouldn't it be like, this is how much it is, this is how much it is? So I'm looking into paying it in full. So even if I pay it in full, my mortgage is still gonna go up by like $80. So it'll be $2,607 instead of what I currently pay, $2,530. If I pay that $1,280 in full, it's still gonna go up by $80 a month. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do, because obviously that is better than going up by $200, but that's still $1,200 out of pocket right now, and still with a mortgage increase. So
for us, our mortgage went up because of the insurance, because of the homeowners insurance. And when I tell you it was convoluted, when we were on the phone with them trying to understand, it was just convoluted. And we had them doing a lot of explaining. I promise you we did.
My mortgage has gone up another $200. So over the last 3 years, my mortgage continues to increase $200. So over the last 3 years, my mortgage has gone up $600. And it's shocking. It is very shocking, because I don't feel like people talk about this. Like, people are all, often glamorizing home ownership, but not really talking about the reality of home ownership in today's economy. So not only has my mortgage gone up, my HOA continues to increase every year. And it's just all shocking. It is all shocking, because I feel like it's not spoken about. Like, I live in South Florida, and so I guess this is something I'm gonna have to get used to, because everything is sky high here. The property taxes are high, the cost of living is high, and so I guess it's something that I need to prepare for every year, because it's just expensive to live here. But a lot of times when you think that you're buying a house, you think that you're gonna have this set rate and that you're good, and you won't have to you won't experience any increases like you would if you were renting. But reality check, you will experience some increases, especially depending on where you live at. So I just wanted to make this video to bring awareness around the situation that your mortgage payment can and will increase, and that if you are thinking about buying a house, like, make sure you go into the process being fully informed and aware of what you are signing up for.
If you own a newly constructed home, or you're buying a newly constructed home, stay here. So tell me how I signed a document with all the documents signed, your payment 1907, and you signed 1 million documents. Now a year later, they hit me up in February talking about your payment is $34.50. I bet it ain't. I bet it's not. So the first year when you buy your home, your newly constructed home, they're only charging you for the taxes, the property taxes on the land, the raw land. Well, the land was only worth $60,000. Well, now that the house has been put on it, and now there's a development around you, that now that land this year is worth $110,000, and they put a 400 and something, almost $500,000 house on top. So now your taxes are gonna go to correct. So now your mortgage is going to increase. Now, when they done tell you got a fixed rate, you got a fixed payment and all, they not explaining to you that the property taxes will increase that payment. My payment went up to $34.50. How? Because I can pack up the house and give it back to you. You can have it. Like, so so they send a little letter. I called because with this letter, don't send no letter when you talking about my money. I called a lady. The lady basically telling me, yeah, somebody should have told you. They didn't tell me, ma'am. And that's another thing. Your realtors, some realtors, they gonna comment. I tell my clients that was your realtor's fault. That was okay, but we not here for that. I'm here for the people that if y'all have experienced this or if y'all about to experience this because it's y'all first house in y'all newly constructed home. The taxes is not right. Pay extra. Pay extra. Let me tell you how crazy it was, because when I signed the paperwork, they said your payment, like the lender was, my loan originator was like, your payment gonna be $2407, but when we got to the paperwork, it was $1907. So then I said, hey, it's supposed to be 24. You said nine. He said, no, don't even worry about it. That I always overbid. So when you get here, I can give you good news. And I'm over here giving him brownie points, sending him edible arrangements and shit. And nigga, you knew it was supposed to be 2400 because the taxes, you didn't say that. So now I'm paying 1907. Happiest? Paying 1907, and then the next year come in and I gotta pay because the escrow didn't have no money. They done paid the taxes for me. Sir, lender, I didn't ask you to pay the tax. Don't pay the taxes on my behalf. You better call me and tell me my escrow was low. So they done paid the taxes. Now they talking about I owe them $34.50 a month for the next 3 years, or I can come out of my pocket 18, like 17, 18. We is struggling. The county, the city, the states, we is.
For those of you who have been following the channel, you know that we recently inherited property. Although the property is not in the location that we would like it to be in, we're still going to build on it, but we are still going to look for other land in the locations that we were previously talking about. But anywho, that land there's nothing on it. And so let's just say they're only going to charge us $1,000 a year for that particular land. But then if we turn around and put a $60,000 tiny home on it, or a $70,000 tiny home on it, well, now they're going to tax us on that. They're not just going to tax us on the land. Now it's the land and the home that's on it. And what it looks like is happening with them is that of the young man, it's like they're not being told. So I'm like the guy. If you're going to be upfront, fine. I know what I'm dealing with. I would rather know what I'm dealing with than to not know and a year later, get this bill and I'm so far behind. I'm going to be charged this huge lump sum, and your mortgage is probably still going to go up anyway.
My payment go up $1,000. That's the first call I received this morning from an old client of mine. Sometime last year, she bought a new build property, and she went with the builder's lender for the incentives, right? Understandable. What it looks like is that the builder's lender, shame on him or her, decided to go with the unimproved land tax, which is a lot less than what the actual tax quote was going to be with the actual structure being on the land. So this causes a shortage in the client's escrow account with the mortgage company. Mortgage company is paying the tax and the insurance. So they say, okay, well, this is what it's going to be. So we're having to cover it for you. So now we're going to increase your payment in order to make up the difference. That sucks. But it's nothing you can do about it. So here's what you can do. One, you can go ahead and have your homeowner's insurance reviewed and shop it around a little bit to see if you can get a lower homeowner's insurance policy. Especially here in Texas right now, a lot of people's homeowner's insurance is doubling currently. And so if you can see if you can get that a little bit lower, that help out with that shortage that you have in your escrow account. And then you also you want to go ahead and make sure you file for your homestead exemption in the state of Texas, or anywhere else, but especially in Texas, because you will save a nice little chunk of change on that homeowner's insurance. On that property tax. The good news is it probably won't be $1,000 that she's going to be increasing her payment by. Bad news is the payment's still going to increase because you're having to account for the property tax that wasn't paid and wasn't quoted to you. If you're buying a new build property and you're going with the new build lender or any lender, if they're trying to give you $300 property tax per month on a $600,000-$700,000 house, that's not real. It may feel good in the short period, but in the long term, it's going to piss you off when you get that letter from your mortgage company.
Nobody explains this until it happens to you. Let's talk about how your mortgage payment just went up out of nowhere, and it is not your interest rate, it's an escrow shortage. Here's what's going on. Your mortgage payment includes a portion that is going into escrow for property taxes or insurance. If either of those goes up, which they always do, your lender has to cover the difference, and you're going to pay for it. Now your mortgage payment goes up to make sure that you have enough in escrow moving forward, plus to cover the difference that they paid.
Okay, I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can without confusing you. So, we went through the same thing with our homeowners insurance going up, which caused our mortgage to go up. Now, when it happened, what they sent us was a message through our account stating that if we paid the lump sum, that our mortgage would stay the same. So, we paid the lump sum. When we paid the lump sum, the mortgage still went up. It didn't go up as high as they said it would if we didn't pay, but it still went up. So we called them on the phone, and we had a very long conversation with them trying to understand what they were trying to tell us, but it made no sense. But the young lady, just previously in the video that I showed, what she said is exactly what happened to us, but she explained it in the way that I would have understood. My husband and I, Will and I would have understood. But anywho, let's go back to last year when it happened to us. So while we're on the phone and they're giving us these convoluted explanations as to why our mortgage went up anyway, we came to the conclusion after a very long conversation, as I said previously, that we will just go on ahead and pay extra. So we put extra into the escrow account right then and there. Once we got off the phone, then we put extra in there, and they sent us all the money back, all of it. They said that we could not have more than $50 in our escrow. It was the law. And I don't know if it's a particular time period, because we actually about 5 months ago started putting extra into our escrow, and I just really honestly don't know how it all works in order to explain it without it just being a mess. But the way we worked it out, and we hope this helps someone, the way we worked it out is we said to ourselves, if we wait 6 to 7 months and we start putting a little into the escrow and then wait until right before they pay the bill and put a nice lump sum in, maybe we can avoid our mortgage increasing. So what we did was we called our mortgage insurance company, and we found out when they evaluated our house for insurance each year. She told us that we would be able to see it in our account within 1 to 2 days from when they did the evaluation. So we will know this year exactly how much needs to be in our escrow. And that's the thing I think that everybody needs to get on top of, contacting their mortgage company. I do not know how it works with property taxes because we haven't had that issue. We just haven't. But as far as your insurance going up because your mortgage going up because your insurance went up, find out when they evaluate. This is just what we did. We found out when our evaluation was for our mortgage insurance. Then they told us about the 1 to 2 days. And so what we did was we have been saving money to the side on top of the little bit that we have been sending in, because we don't want it to, I guess, go over whatever they're talking about, that they would have to send it back, which makes no sense to me because you don't know how much it is yet. I don't know how it works. But so far, so good. They haven't sent us anything back, and we're about to come up on the month where they're going to evaluate us. We have that money sitting to the side. When they evaluate us, we see it in our account. We're going to go into our escrow, and we're going to make sure that our escrow can cover the amount. So hopefully that helped you guys. If you have been through your mortgage going up because of property taxes or insurance, if you know any tips, if you know any tricks that can help anybody, as we say, put them in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next one.